What's up, YouTube? Dedra here, bringing you another video today. I want to talk to you guys about the new ban list, what it's going to be like, or what my predictions are for this ban list. And just really talk about what I think it's going to go. I've done a little bit of research. Unfortunately, some of the Konami website is down, and I wasn't able to get a couple of facts I really wanted to. But besides the fact, that doesn't really matter. We're going to go into this. And some of the biggest hits, I think, this format are going to be interesting. Just due to the fact, a lot of people are saying things are going to get hit, aren't going to get hit. I talk to a lot of people. I like to talk about this. A lot of people are saying Shaddolls are going to get hit really bad, or they're like, hopefully they finally get demolished. But the thing is, for Shaddolls, people are saying this, but they're not as relevant as other decks. Like the fact that there's YCS Dallas, there was three that got top 32, and that's top 32. Like, that's not, like, that's good, but like, that's only 3 decks. And then at YCS Rimini, only 4 got that. And I think at YCS Toronto was the one event I could not find any results on, and it wasn't that many. And at Nationals, I know it was less than that too. So I don't see why this deck would get really neutered or anything. If anything, I maybe see El Shaddol going down to 2 or 1. But I think it's even completely playable at 2. This card's really good, but once you get 1 off, it's pretty much you keep using that same 1. So I don't know if that's really going to get hit. And like, at the most, Construct would go to 2. But like I said, I don't really think this deck's going to really get hit. It's not doing as much as it could be, but we'll see. This deck has been around for a long time. But now we're going to BA, another deck that's been along for a long time. BA's been here for a long time, and a lot of people saying, I don't think BA is going to get really hit that bad or not hit. Which sometimes that confuses me. Why wouldn't BA get hit? Statistics is like Nationals, BA's 1, and that was the event before Worlds. Nationals BA 1 in North America. Which it would be a pretty big hit here. So I don't see why this deck is free from getting hit, or people say it's not going to get hit. It did win. Now let's look at YCS Rimini. It got 6 tops in the top 32, which is okay. And then at YCS Dallas, the most recent YCS, it got 9, which is a big thing. It actually won the first. It won Nationals. Wasn't at Worlds, because Worlds was a cross ban list and this was TCG, so it wasn't at Worlds. And then at the first YCS after Worlds, it ended up winning 2. So it's won 2 events back to back, essentially, because it wasn't technically at Worlds, which is a huge. It's honestly huge. I don't know. To me, that's interesting why people say it's not going to get touched. In this deck, I could see either Sir going to 1 or Graf going to 1, and Dante maybe to 2. But I think they'd rather hit these guys. These 2 are probably like some of the best cards in the deck. Sir, he recycles everything, so if this was at 1, instead of using it like essentially the 6 times you can use it per duel or more, you can use it a lot. You wouldn't be able to use it as much. The reason I say 6 times is because you can bring Dante back with this and bring this back with Dante. It's over and over again. Or like Traveler too. Like Traveler is really good too. So those are the cards I'd see get hit in that deck, and it's won a lot. Now Necros, I don't even know what they would hit in this deck. This deck is gone on. I think it has 7 or 8 YCS championships now. This deck is just doing crazy things. A lot of people, this deck is doing really good because of the Clown Engine too, but it was doing good before with the Clown Engine. But like, this deck, I don't think they'd hit the Clown Engine in it, because why would they hit a brand new engine that just came out? Why would they hit it? But it is a possibility, because like they did for like the Cloud Blade deck that OCG had, they hit it L Chain before they even had a chance to make that deck. So maybe they'll hit it, and so that we don't have a chance again. But I don't know. They might limit Rio. It's a possibility, or they might limit Unicore, or we could see some hits to the actual ritual spell cards themselves. So it'd be really interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but this deck is won so many events as well. Same with BA and this, like, these decks, like, this is coming on the verge of being almost as good as Teledad for event wins. So I think Teledad had 8. I think this one has 7. So yeah. And this for mainly, like, regionals are probably a different story. Regionals, there's a lot more Shadals prevalent and stuff like that. But it's definitely, I'm talking about big events is what I kind of influence this towards. Now, Satellar, this deck, I don't even know if it really deserves to get hit because it's about to be power, like, the power creep on it is, it's about to lose a lot of its power. Although Norden came out for it, it is a very, very, not as, like, strong of deck anymore, but it did win Worlds, and it was a cross BanList, so I don't know how much that meant. But a lot of people are saying the deck's going to get neutered. I'm not sure if the deck is actually going to get neutered. Due to the fact that, like, I could see an alternate to 2. Maybe, I don't know. I think they might keep the Neb at 3, but maybe a Neb to 2 or 1, which would suck, but it wouldn't be the end of the deck. And then Stellar Nova Alpha, I could see this to 1 is Counter Trap. It's a very strong Counter Trap, and they, even though they tribute 1, they still draw a card, so it's essentially not really minusing. And they can get a lot of plays off. So those are, like, the decks that I think are most likely to get hit. And then now cards that might come back. There's a couple I didn't actually add on here, but you see Instant Fusion. This card, I'm not saying it's gonna come back. This card might get banned or limited due to Norden being out. Okay, in my opinion, instead of banning, like, just Norden, they can ban this card and then take off Thousand Eyes. I think that's the combo with that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Like, Norden's doing some things, but it also adds a lot of extra help to other decks as well. So I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna go. Now, Heavy Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster. We're getting some really good trap cards coming out in the next couple of months. Soul Notice, Great Horn of Heaven, just some really strong things. And, like, when Soul Notice is such a good card, this has really kind of influenced me on this choice too. So notice, like, they're gonna be able to have 3 of those cards, and, like, and the Soul Warning is too good. Like, Heavy Harpy's Feathers Duster, and that will have to be there to be able to bait those out. Get rid of cards like that. Back rows are becoming more of a thing. With this, they can also unban all the, like, or unlimit other things. People won't be setting as much, and this also will stop a lot of the pendulum mechanic itself. Just due to the fact that, you know, like, it just stops a lot. I mean, gets rid of both pendulum monsters, stuff like that, all like that. Okay, so yeah, so it stops a lot of pendulums, stuff like that. I think Heavy Storm is the better choice, due to the fact that it won't be as sacky for like a pendulum versus pendulum deck. Just due to the fact that, you know, you can get rid of their pendulums, but you have to get rid of yours. To me, it just, in my opinion, Heavy Storm is the better card. And then also I forgot to mention these guys about the Satellars. These two are really, like, this might go to 1. Which would be, like, a lot better if this card went to 1. Ptolemus might get hit. Now, before we get into this, I want to go back to Satellar's for 1 second. I forgot to mention, in the OCG, they already got their new ban list. And this is after World's ban list. And they kind of just skipped over Satellar's completely. Maybe this is going to be the new thing, because they know it won Worlds, but they kind of know it's not relevant to winning Worlds. Like, the Worlds just wasn't as relevant. I guess it's more for bragging rights. But, like, I'm not sure what will happen, but they might not get neutered. It's a very good chance it might not, because I think all they really hit in theirs was Ptolemus. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's all they hit. Now, Norden also got recently banned in the OCG. It might get banned here too. It's a very good possibility, or they might let us play it a little bit longer. All I know is this card does steal games. It is really good. Essentially, it's a Wolfbark, but a little bit better for every deck. And it's one card out to so many things. It's a one card just combo. It's really crazy. But who knows where this is going to go. It's not doing, I mean, it's doing some things for sure, but yeah. Okay, now I want to talk about what decks I think are going to be good next ban list. At the start, obviously, this might be biased by me, but Cosmos, like, if these hits go through, Cosmos are going to really do really well. With the new support coming out, it's very, very strong deck. They do have counters to it, but now like Light Imp and isn't as good against them, since we do have the Dark Monsters. And most decks can play both Light Imp and Dark Imp. There's a lot of decks that can't do that. We might see some stronger plays too. If BA gets neutered, then they're probably not going to be really a thing anymore. Necros will be gone, so I think Cosmos is definitely a tier 1 deck. Maybe Zing might do some things next format. It'll be really interesting to see. They got one top 16 at YCS. I'm not sure which YCS. I think it was YCS. Toronto, I think they got one top 16. I'm not 100% sure, but that was pretty good. So they might do some things, stuff like that. What other deck? I know the Performance and Pals don't come out till December, but that's still technically. So when those come out, they'll be good. And when the Monarchs come out, that's going to be really strong for a while. And we'll see. Psyframe will probably do some really good things. They have a pretty good matchup. If they're able to negate the summon for Cosmos, they do have a really good matchup. Besides that, not that great. But I definitely think Cosmos is going to be one of the best decks of next format. It's going to be really interesting to see. With the new support, it's going to be like crazy broken. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. What decks are going to be really good next format? What do you guys think? Oh, and Infernoid. Infernoid's going to skip over this ban list. I really forgot about this. Infernoid's going to skip over this ban list, and Infernoid's going to do really good. Like, I think the two top decks, if all these hits go through, the two top decks of next format will be Infernoid and Cosmo. So it'll be really interesting to see. Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. It means a lot to me. We'll talk to you later.